Welcome back, Kings. I have another video for you today. I'll begin with the story. One day, young Jeffrey... No, sorry. I don't want to get copyrighted by old Hamza. I'm not dogging on Hamza. I love Hamza. He's my favorite YouTuber. He's inspired me to start making YouTube videos in the first place. So I'm not dogging on anybody. Chill out, chat. Well, okay. Young, Lucas went to school. Of course, Lucas couldn't focus in class because he was too distracted by his crush and what video game he was addicted to and when he was going to get to go and take a bathroom break so he could hit off of his dab pen. And, of course, Lucas is a very low-quality man. Lucas, he's overweight. He doesn't have very many friends. The friends he does have, it's only because they share some interest like drugs and video games and, stuff like that. So, of course, he can't focus. He doesn't really have his purpose in line. And so, Lucas doesn't really have much going for him. And, he gets done with school, he goes home, he plays some video games, he's rude to his mother, his family, he has no relationship with his father pretty much whatsoever. And, he goes to bed at 3 in the morning, of course, because, he literally can't keep his eyes open. He's been playing video games since 6 o'clock. And, he's probably going to wake up in a few hours, go to school, and, repeat the whole cycle again. Very unhealthy what he's doing. And, so, he goes to bed, and he's just about to go to sleep when he remembers something. Something so terribly horrible, something that makes him so sick to his stomach and to his mind. And it's the time that he tried to cover the most vile, rancid fart ever seen on the planet of the earth. He tried to cover the sound by dropping his books on the floor. And so, of course, what happened was he took his book and he dropped it and it didn't work very well. Everyone knew exactly what he was doing. Everyone starts laughing and making fun of him. And, it wasn't a good deal at all. And so our boy Lucas is deeply troubled by this. He immediately opens his eyes. Oh! I'm such an idiot! Ugh! He can't go to sleep for 3 hours. Then by the time he does go to sleep, he wakes up. He's only gotten about 2 or 3 hours of sleep. He wakes up, he goes to school, and he is ashamed all day just because of this simple memory of something dumb that he did years ago. And he lets this one thought that nobody else is thinking about control his whole day and shift his whole mood. And so this is something that I've struggled with in the past. I think a lot of other people do struggle with too. The thing is, nobody remembers that dumb thing you did years ago. And if they do, then they're losers and they're just looking for a problem. And you shouldn't care what those people think about you in the first place. Nobody remembers that time that you started your pants in preschool and you had to leave because you started your pants. Nobody remembers that. Except for some people that do, because, of course, like I said, they're looking for a problem. Got the low shake right here. Bush 'em. 1,300 calories. It's hard to get down, though. We'll say that. And so, don't let those thoughts control your mind. You have to learn to think, that was a long time ago. I'm better than that. And nobody else is thinking about that except for me. And so, And, you know, when I said that there's probably somebody that remembers it, there's really like 99% of the time nobody's probably even going to remember it, even if you remind them of it. Like, really, probably nobody's going to remember it, except for you. And so stop letting it take control of your life. Stop letting it shift your mood. It's not a good thing to do. You know, you got to be confident with yourself. Like, don't let something that happened years ago change how you're feeling and reacting with the world right now, because you're just snowballing more problems, just going to create more issues for yourself. So don't do it. And one thing that helped me is to realize, well, you're not going to like this, but one thing that helped me was start going to the gym, improve my mental health, started eating better, a cleaner diet, and just stuff like that. Just like, it just becomes clear in your head because your mind is better and your body's better, and you realize like, oh yeah, well, that did happen a long time ago, and so like, why am I letting it affect me? And so like, this stuff, like these simple tiny things that I'm talking about, like really, like they're gonna go away if you just start improving your mental health, meditating, going to the gym, eating but cleaner. Like, these things they're just part of the snowball effect of self-improvement, and that's what's so beautiful about self-improvement. And so this isn't going to be a too long of a video. It's kind of a thing, you know, nobody remembers that thing you did years ago that was embarrassing, except for you. And so don't worry about it. Like, for instance, one thing that got me for a while, I'm not going to tell you all of them, I'll give you one. Years ago, I was with my father and his friend at a horse race. And me and my dad's friend's daughter, we were pretty tight, you know. She was cool. And I was probably 8 or 9 at this time. And this is at a big, like, huge horse racing building, like, huge, like, institution, like, big. It's a big deal. It's a big horse race. We found these old tickets in this trash can, hundreds of them. We get them, and we're like, wait, what if we sold these tickets that are fake? You know, we made some pretty good cash off of this, you know, because, like, you know, I've been hustling since I was a little guy, you know what I mean? You know, I've been hustling all my life, you know what I'm saying? But in all reality, we sold, like, a god-awful amount of tickets, and we made, like, a lot of money. And so, like, what we did, we go to people like, hey, free tickets to go and pet the horses, free tickets to go pet the horses, and we were selling them for $5. And, like, you know, nobody really questions it, so, you know, $5, oh, okay, I'll take your ticket. We literally made, like, hundreds of dollars that night, I think. So I go up to my dad and I'm like, Dad, look, we just made like $300. And he's like, what did you do, son? And like, literally, like, he was like, who all did you sell tickets to? And we were like, everybody. And so, like, looking back, like, I probably shouldn't tell this story because that's probably some kind of criminal felony, looking back on it. But we made a lot of money. I don't know. I think my dad, but yeah, it was great. I don't even remember what happened to the money. I think that we gave most of it to, like, some random person. But, like, we were out of there. But like, as I grew older, I thought about that time when I'd scammed, like, 100 people for $5 for some fake ticket to go pet the horses at this high-stakes horse race. Oh, that was bad. But, yeah, I would think about that a lot and be like, oh, man, that's so bad. Like, that's so bad. And I let it, like, change my whole mood, and I let it, you know, affect my whole day. And don't make the same mistake I did, Kings. And of course, you know, there's other stories. We all have several stories like that, but that's just one of mine. And so, stay hard, Kings. Keep up the grind, and you know, don't sweat it. Don't sweat little things like that. They're really not that big of a deal. You're the only one that remembers them, and you're not helping yourself by remembering them. And so just forget about it and move on. That's really all I can say about that. And so keep up the hard work, stay on the grind, and I'm on your side.